Why is it important to pre-plan your build and to see and make sure everything goes where it needs to go before you just get the drill out and we start drilling? Because you will screw up. We are building this rig right here, and yes, I'm even using C-clamps. We had it in the back of my truck here, but his truck that it's going on is about 1.5 inches lower, so we actually had to lower it down. We had to, one of the braces that goes across the bottom, we was going to put up here at the top, but if you see here down through the top here, that if we did, we'd have to be way up here, and then we would be above our tanks, and then that way this is what's actually going to hold our tanks in. So we're still going to be, our crossbar is going to go down along the bottom here. It's going to go from here, right here, all the way across, and then we'll have the 2 bars, these here will go across. And I'll show more of this, but I wanted to just show the purpose of why you need to pre-plan. Even the best thing to do is I even brought my reels out here and stuck my reels on and put the handle on and make sure that when I'm cranking, I don't bust my knuckles, or, you know, maybe I'll give myself a little bit more room, things like that. Make sure I'm not tied up too tight. Make sure my water lines can get to my tank. All of these things are very important when we are pre-building a build. A lot of times people just start mounting stuff and throwing and going, and you're not optimizing your space. You're not making sure that you're getting the most out of the space. Now, this is for a skid unit, so it can fit in the back of a short bed truck here. Of a 5-foot bed, 5.5-foot bed, this will fit in it. And so it's something that, you know, you've got to look at and make sure that we are doing it. Now, the pressure washer is going to go in that area. The gas tank is going to go in this area. Don't have any. So I got to wait till next week before I can go get my pressure washer. But right now, I'm going to get my shelves on. I'm going to get my tanks on. And so that way, everything will be ready to rock and roll when my pressure washer is here. Because I can go ahead and plumb all my pressure washing. I can plumb my downstream injector stuff for there. I can make sure that I know what fittings I need. Right now, fittings can be kind of hard to get to. So, you know, I can say, well, I need to go from here to there with my fittings, and I can go ahead and pre-plan all this out. And that is the best way to do it. It's not good to be like, well, I need a fitting to go in there. Okay, now we're gonna go to the store and get that one fitting. And now we're gonna come back and now we need this fitting, and now we need that fitting, and now we need that fitting. I really like to try to plan everything out, see where my lines are going, where everything is going. Before we go on any further, if you would like to learn more about pressure washing and stuff like that, I have a step-by-step course of how to do a pressure washing business. You can go check it out at pressurewashhelp.com or King of Pressure Washing, and there I have all the steps. In fact, one of the steps is building your own rig, and I teach you step-by-step of how to build a rig, reasons why we need to build a rig, and not only that, it is also the 26 steps to the perfect house wash. I give you all 26 steps to make sure that you do a perfect house wash every time, and you do every step, so that way you hit everything you need to do, like marketing, like taking before and afters to cover your tail, and all of that is detailed in there, so make sure you go check that out. Now, I am going to step by step this build. This build here will be a build that you can go to powerwash.com and order every piece of thing off here. I will put a link down in the description that if you buy from that link, you will buy me a cup of coffee and say thank you, Jason, for helping me get my pressure washer build skid ready. But this is just a skid that will help you grow your business. It's not going to be cheap. We went to Price Metal today, and metal is nuts. For the $3,000 power wash, now that's what it's for sale right now. You can't build it for that. You can't find the material to build a rig for $3,000. So go, you know, this is something that is a universal slide in for your truck. So, you know, maybe you are driving around and your truck breaks down. Well, your worst case scenario here is you can just get a forklift, put it in another truck. If we're on a big flatbed like DJ's over here, his truck breaks down, he's just broke down. This here can be slid out of a truck, put in another truck, and hit right on going. This is not gonna have a soft wash system on it, but it would be real easy to add one. All we'd have to do is put 2 more drop tubes in, a mixer valve, and a 12 volt, and we would be able to have a system here. But again, this is something that, you know, it is what it is. Again, make sure that you do your pre-build of seeing what's gonna go where, how is it gonna go there. You know, a lot of times we get in a hurry and we want to just start drilling and bolting, and the next thing we know, well, where I drilled that at, that's not going to work. What am I going to do, Jason? That don't work. Well, that's why we want to pre-build. That's why, you know, like I've said before, my trailer here, this was my very first build, and I did that. I just started bolting stuff down and figured out as I went. And over the years, I've learned, and I've done about probably 30 trailers, 30 different trailers, trucks, different things, that do your pre-planning. Your pre-planning will save you a lot of time, a lot of headache, and a lot of pain later on by doing your pre-planning. And this is part of your pre-planning. Making sure everything's gonna fit where it needs to go. Making sure that the thing on the truck is not too high, not too low. Making sure that we're not over the tanks, making sure all of these things are things that we have to do to make sure that we are being smart about where we're putting stuff. You know, we don't want 2 tanks on one side and all this weight over here on one side. You know, we want to even out our weight. We want to put our heavy stuff up toward the front of the cab versus the back of the cab. That way we can throw some weight up on that axle. You know, we don't want to be going down the road like this because we put too much weight in the very back. If we can pull this weight up into the front, then that puts more weight into the front axle, and that helps us out. You know, making sure that we don't let this stuff slide around, bouncing back and forth, stuff like that. So these are all things when we're pre-planning of what we want to do to make sure that we have a good riding system. So if you want to check out more videos on this build rig, go check out this playlist here, and I will be eventually putting all my builds on this right there. And I'll see you in my next video.